Hi there, welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Lauren Hall, and coming up on today's show, we are hearing about a first-of-its-kind local festival for espresso martini lovers coming up this month. Plus, summer will be here before we know it, and that means boating season. We will hear about what's in store at this year's Buffalo Niagara Boat Show. But before all that, football season is officially over. It is time to look ahead to Bison's baseball being back at Salem Field. Believe it or not, they are actually getting ready despite these cold temperatures. This is not, of course, live video. This is from years past, but they are getting ready for the season over at Salem Field. From filling open jobs to planning special theme nights and opening day, they are staying busy. Here to tell us a little bit more is Assistant General Manager Brad Bisbee. Thanks for being here on Most.
Thanks for having me.
And you're in full hiring mode, right?
Full go. 46 days until opening day, believe it or not.
That's it. See, it will be here before we know it.
Before you know it, it may be cold outside, but we got spring and we got Bison's baseball coming soon. 46 days, opening day on March the 27th, start of another great season downtown Buffalo. And yeah, you know, it takes a small army to put on those great events all of the summer. So we're definitely looking to hire some seasonal positions, whether it be in the concession stand, food service, the restaurant, gate managers throughout the ballpark. We got a lot of opportunities if you want to be part of the team and part of the fun this summer at the ballpark. Get to bisons.com and sign up.
Yeah, what kind of qualifications do you need for some of those roles?
You know, a lot of it is just, you know, obviously some food service experience and customer relations experience obviously helps a lot. But, you know, there's a lot of people that get to have their first season at the ballpark, and, you know, we treat them the Bison's way and the great way we like to entertain our fans and welcome our fans at the ballpark. And there's great opportunities to be part of the team.
I know you have a great internship program, too.
Yeah, we have a few spots open, but throughout, whether it's video production, on the field with the promotions team and guest relations, ticket services, throughout the ballpark, a lot of opportunities for college students looking to get an amazing, real hands-on experience at the ballpark. And
I know you had a hiring event over the weekend when it was like record bitter cold, and you still had people come out looking for jobs at the ballpark, right? It just shows what the interest is.
Yeah, for sure. We had a great crowd on Saturday at the restaurant, but yeah, if it was a little too chilly and you didn't want to get out of the house, just get to bisons.com. There's applications there, and you can still be part of the team.
And for fans, what should they know? You can get your tickets now.
Yeah, we have some great offers available right now. A full promotional schedule will be released next week. But right now, Star Wars Night, a great ballpark tradition. 17th year for Star Wars Night this year, and we're going to pass the 250,000 fan mark for this event. Today is the last day you can get half-price tickets on Star Wars or opening day tickets for free if you buy our Star Wars Night family pack. But be looking for tomorrow, our Friday night, another great staple of the ballpark, our Friday night bash schedule. We're going to announce all the themes to this Friday nights and have another great deal for fans to take advantage of tomorrow at bisons.com.
I know you can't tell us this year's themes. What were some of last year's, if people maybe can jog their memory and remember what we're talking about?
No, I'll tease. There's some great events. The Celery Brate with celery, obviously, always a great ballpark character. The Celery Brate will be back. Our Friendship Bracelet Night, which is we have a special performance by DJ Swifty on that for all the Taylor Swift fans. So check that out. But we also got some new themes this year, first time ever at the ballpark, that we think our fans are really going to enjoy.
So the promotional schedule, again, will be set to be released this week. And then there are some special events, too, like Cosmic Baseball is coming this year.
Yeah, you know, a great ballpark tradition, our Independence Eve celebration, because of scheduling, we are not home on July 3rd or 4th this year. So while we don't have that, we wanted to find a really cool event to take its place. And we've brought Cosmic Baseball to Salem Field, which is an unbelievable, one-of-a-kind experience. The July 3rd game is already sold out, but you can still get in the lottery for July 4th. And basically, it's a great entertainment, music, dancing, games. They play a baseball game, and then halfway through the game, they shut off all the lights at the ballpark, and they use only black lights, reflective bats, balls, uniforms, and they play with no lights on. And it's if you've ever seen it, get to bisons.com, check out how cool it is. Sign up for the lottery. Tickets, if you win the lottery, are only $35 each, so it's a great, affordable option to celebrate July 4th this year.
Maybe if everyone buys their Bison's tickets now, the spring will get here sooner.
Yeah, right. We could use those warm thoughts of Bison's baseball and all those great spring and summer nights at the ballpark. They're not very far off, only 40 46 days away. So get locked in for this season at the ballpark. And yeah, maybe that'll help the thermostat tick up a notch or two.
Brad, thanks so much for being here. We're sure that we will hear more from you as the season approaches. Brad Bisbing is the Assistant General Manager of Bison's Baseball. And new today on Most Buffalo, back to the cold. Some families are turning this winter's bitter cold into something special. Our Courtney Courtwright shows us what is bringing smiles to one neighborhood in Depew.
I think it's pretty awesome.
Day by day, people who live on North Creek Drive have been keeping a close eye.
People were invested with it, driving by, stopping every day, watching the progression.
As something special took shape in Michelle Kibe's front yard.
I don't know, it was a wild idea that got carried away and it was for the kids.
It's been a chilly labor of love over the past week.
The driveway was filled with tinfoil pans for a week.
Filling pans up with water and letting them freeze.
And then you make a bunch of bricks and then you stack them and you make a mortar with water and snow. And you stick each layer. And then when they freeze, you go back and fill between the bricks with the mortar and keep building on top of it.
Michelle spending roughly 30 hours.
Yeah, but the temperatures were perfect.
To warm the hearts of her daughters and those who stop by day or night.
It's brighter and it's glow and it like makes a pathway down.
Glowing, just like this smile. And these from her daughters, who know their mom has done something truly special.
Just think my mom is a superhero.
Your mom's a what?
A superhero.
I guess that's the whole point of motherhood.
The family says the community is welcome to stop by and check out the igloo. They also say just use caution, watch your head, and take it slow because it can be icy and slick in some spots. And if the igloo lights are off, they say it is closed for the night. On your side, Courtney Courtwright, Channel 2 News.
Here with John now. How great is that? I love that it was a mom that built it.
And I love it. It's like, mom, superhero.
Yeah.
Like, that is motherhood. And that is, I was actually wanting to do something like this over the weekend, and especially how you can do like the different food coloring to make it look like a rainbow. And yeah, it wasn't as
It was cold to be out there making something like that over the weekend.
It was
really cold, but wow, so fun.
So I was thinking like doing like a cupcake pan, and then you can do just like a little mini, almost fairy garden one.
Oh yeah, there you
That'd
go.
be a lot simpler.
I'm like,
I could do that. I could chew on that. I could bite
scale.
that off.
Yeah, like a miniature model.
And then maybe it's just as fun. Just can't really go in it. But
Oh, that sounds really cute though. I love it.
that was awesome that they got to.
Yeah, really good job. And it should, I mean, the temperatures are gonna not go above freezing anytime soon.
It's all in the past.
Okay, all right. So
we did make ice bubbles again over the weekend,
Right.
although it was a little harder on Saturday morning because of the wind. But no, we're not going to be making ice bubbles anymore. I don't
That's
think we're
all
going
right.
to get that cold.
We got our fill this year.
Maybe we'll wait till next winter now.
That's all right. That is just fine.
It's looking better.
Yes. Well, we know that the big game was over the weekend. The Puppy Bowl was also over the weekend. And take a look at this featuring.
The thing with working with rescues and being around rescue pups is I don't think people realize like just how loving these dogs are, you know, and all they want is an opportunity.
Last year we walked into a random adoption event and we left with an 11-week-old puppy that was the inspiration behind this whole foundation.
So if you were watching the Puppy Bowl over the weekend, you probably caught this, or maybe you didn't, but Bills wide receiver Khalil Shakir and his wife Sailor, they gave rescue pup named Button from Nicholas City Canine Rescue some big tips before the big event. They got to do it right on the field at Highmark Stadium. And this is all because the Shakirs are big advocates for animal adoption, and they've hosted numerous adoption events throughout Western New York. But yeah, they gave Button a little special training session.
It's too cute.
Yeah, so cute. Yeah, and we had it on. I'm not sure if Button actually scored any touchdowns, but a lot of touchdowns were scored in the Puppy Bowl this year. So
I'm kind of sad I missed it.
Yeah,
Button was adorable.
Yes, and Button was one of 4 rescue dogs from this area. And watching it, you know, they had Josh Howland was one of them. And it did seem like they had a lot of dogs from all the NFL cities. So it was nice that Buffalo had all that representation, especially with that special segment filmed at Highmark Stadium. Probably one of the last pieces of content that we'll see coming out of the stadium. Yeah,
true.
Because they clearly filmed when it was a little warmer.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. All right. A West Seneca church made sure people didn't go hungry on game day. St. John's Evangelical Lutheran Church hosted an annual Super Bowl drive to collect canned goods for the West Seneca Food Pantry. And not only were they collecting food donations, they were also serving warm soup to raise money.
There's need all over. They say that in Buffalo, 1 in 5 houses or homes is food poor. So the need is all over, and probably in places that we don't think about. But there is a need all over, but certainly West Seneca. And then as we go into South Buffalo, of course, Lackawanna.
Next week, the church's youth is hosting a spaghetti dinner to raise money and serve their local community. But the Super Bowl was perfect timing.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. And yeah, anytime there's a big event like that, to tie in something for others before you get to indulge and enjoy yourself is always a really good idea. So.
And the soup was perfect timing
Yes,
for all the cold.
for the cold, exactly.
Over the weekend.
Yes,
that's like all
right.
I wanted to do was like bake cookies and eat some warm things.
Or maybe eat some of this too. For those of you who hosted watch parties at home or didn't even host a watch party, just watch it at home, maybe with your family. You did have to plan ahead. Local businesses say that they do see a big jump in orders for the Super Bowl. This year was no different. That includes Lenova on West Ferry in Buffalo. Vice President Dante Todaro says orders came flooding in hours before kickoff.
I mean, just for Super Bowl, we go through about 10,000 pounds of wings alone for each location. That's 20 total. And then on top of that, we have our national chicken wing company called Lenova Wings, where we sell the frozen wholesale chicken wings throughout the country. You're talking around 500,000 to 1 million pounds just this week alone.
This is supposed to be the biggest week for wings all year. Todaro says preparations began a week ago and staff came in as early as 6 a.m. to make sure everything ran smoothly. It looks like a well-oiled machine there on Super Bowl Sunday.
I wonder if they do, I don't know if that's the pizza place, but there's several pizza places now that we're coming upon Valentine's Day. They'll do the heart shapes. I wonder if they would do like the football shape.
Oh yeah, probably. Maybe if the Bills ever made the Super Bowl.
No, I'm sure there'll be a lot of football
I know.
themed stuff.
Someday we'll get to see it all.
Let's not talk about
it. Well, the city of Buffalo is continuing to celebrate Black History Month. Take a look at this.
Black Americans have been here since the start of Buffalo. They played a part in the growth of Buffalo. So Black history and Buffalo history, they are the same thing.
That's Buffalo Mayor Sean Ryan visiting the Broadway Market over the weekend to take a tour and talk with the business owners. So this is really special. The market will have live music every Saturday throughout February. And again, that is all in recognition of Black History Month. So if you haven't made it out yet, every Saturday. And just another good reminder that the Broadway Market is open all year long, not just in the Easter season when they see a swelling of the crowd.
Which is
so
coming
good time
up.
to visit.
Which will be coming up.
Yeah, exactly. A good time to visit now to check out some of that music and some of the special vendors they have as well throughout the month. Well, we are coming back with more about Buffalo's first Espresso Martini Fest. That's when we come back on Most Buffalo. Back now on Most Buffalo, and the countdown is on to Buffalo's first Espresso Martini Fest. It's happening February 28th from 2 to 5 p.m. at Seneca 1, where different local spots will compete to see who makes the best espresso martini in the city. This event is bringing together espresso martinis, also shopping with local vendors, food, entertainment, and all the good vibes to close out February. Here in studio to tell us more is Jill Baker of Fally Allen. And Jill, we were talking that was this kind of inspired by the espresso martini being sort of the signature cocktail over at Fally Allen.
Yes. So one day my brother just randomly texted me and he was like, "You should have an espresso martini fest." And I was like, "I should." So 5 minutes later, I called my friend Sam, who works for Douglas Development, and I was like, "Can you get me a meeting at Seneca 1?" Here we are.
And here it is. So it's coming up at the end of the month. What should people expect?
So you have to buy tickets to the event. We'll have more on sale tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. You can check out our Instagram for that. It's Buffalo Espresso Martini Fest. And when you check in, you'll get a punch card where you get samples to all of the restaurants. You'll get a few extra, but if you want to purchase a full martini, you can do that through Seneca 1. There's shopping. I have braids. You can make your own hat bar. The Lucky Wing will have her own little martini necklaces, and we'll just have like espresso martini merchandise all around.
And we're seeing some video from segments that we've shot with you previously at Fally Allen when you do the seasonal espresso martinis. So what kind of espresso martinis can people expect at the event?
So each restaurant could pick whatever flavor they want to do or whatever they feel is their best espresso martini. Fally right now is struggling between our white chocolate cherry and our white chocolate flavor.
So each place can only bring one flavor. Okay.
Yep. I know Fat Bob's is doing a smoky one, and then Papi Grande's is doing one made with tequila. So we'll have a variety for sure, and just I'm excited.
And again, just 2-ounce samples, so you
2-ounce
can try a few.
Yes, there's quite a few you can try, but yes, just 2-ounce samples.
What do you think it is about the espresso martini that has helped it like rise to such popularity?
Honestly, I don't know. It came out of nowhere, and people love coffee. People love to go to Starbucks, and so that's how I kind of like wanted to like play on it and to just have all those different flavors. Like at Valley, we have 16 flavors. I'm going on to 20 right now, or as soon as we get to Easter. So, you know, I just want to keep playing with the flavors and bringing everybody in to try them, and that seems to be working. So.
And will people get to vote for their favorite, or how will the competition be decided?
So I am going to have ballots, and I have judges as well. So. We'll see who wins.
We'll see who wins. I guess to say they have Buffalo's best espresso martini. How can people get their tickets?
So if you visit us on our Instagram, it's Buffalo Espresso Martini Fest. The link will be in my bio tomorrow at 10 a.m.
And again, it's on Saturday, February 28th at Seneca 1 from 2 to 5 p.m.
Yep.
Jill Baker, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for
Cheers
having
to
me.
you. And the Winter Olympics are underway in Milan. The Team USA is set for a key matchup, and Western New York is showing up another way at the games as well. Our Natalie Foss brings us this story.
As Olympians prepared for the 2026 Winter Olympics bobsled events, you may have spotted a familiar logo, the Kodak name front and center on Team USA's sled. And while that appearance caught some attention, Kodak's connection to the Olympic Games runs deep, with a long history.
So every 4 years you see the Olympic logos on their various products.
Todd Gustafson, curator of the technology collection at the George Eastman Museum, showed us artifacts from Kodak's 115-year sponsorship of the Olympic Games. The company was a major sponsor from 1893 until 2008.
So you'd see it on film packaging, also processed slide boxes. They also sold Kodak-sponsored Olympic watches. So real cameras and one-time use cameras.
Growing up in Western New York, you may remember seeing pieces of Kodak Olympic memorabilia, especially the pins.
There will always be Kodak pins around. If you look on eBay, you'll see literally hundreds, if not thousands of them for sale, and it's different ones for every year.
Mike Champlin, Kodak alumni, has a collection of Olympic memorabilia that he shared with us at the University of Rochester.
It's sort of an embarrassment of riches because many of the pins that I received usually came from people that I had created a video for, which explained what they did at the Olympics.
Even though they may not have the Kodak logo anymore, that tradition continues between the athletes to this day.
What more people are doing is like Disney has a lot of pins and they trade them with one another, and that's really kind of what these were. These were just little gestures of thanks from one division to someone like me who was working for them.
Champlin said that the Western New York weather always gave Kodak a leg up when it came to developing new products, especially those used in the Winter Games.
I think that when we say Olympics, we're just naturally keyed in on the Summer Olympics, but it's really the Winter Olympics where Kodak shined.
Aaron Fisher, Special Collections Librarian at the University of Rochester, says Kodak's deep roots in Western New York still live on through the alumni who remain in the region and continue to share their stories.
Kodak Historical Collection wouldn't be what it is without people in the community supporting it, also, giving us information, and it really is a collaboration with the community when it comes to this collection.
And we have more to come on Most Buffalo, from the ice to the water. We are talking about the Buffalo Niagara Boat Show after this. Finally today on Most Buffalo, winter may be still hanging on, but one event is already getting Western New Yorkers thinking about the warmer days. The Buffalo Niagara Boat Show returns to Salem Sports Park in Alma from February 19th through the 22nd. This show features more than 40 brands of boats, personal watercrafts, and the latest boating technology. Here to tell us more is the Director of Marketing, Sarah Colton-Manier of Colton RV and Marine. Thanks for being here, Sarah.
Of course, we're excited.
Yeah, this is a big weekend, right?
Yeah, so next weekend it's going to be February 19th to the 22nd, like you said, at Salem's, and this is going to be our third year of the Buffalo Niagara Boat Show, and it's our largest one yet. We have over 14 different dealers from local across Buffalo, family-owned dealers, and we have over 150 boats. So all in one space, inside. It's going to be warm. You're going to be ready for the summer.
And it's great to bring the kids too, right? Because they can like
for
climb on the,
sure.
everyone can, right? You can climb on the boats. What's the experience like?
Yeah, so when you come in, there's going to actually be, we're partnering with New York Beer Project and Salem, so we're going to have concessions, we're going to have a little beer garden, and then there's just going to be a ton of boats, like every kind of boat you can imagine is going to be there for you and your family to take a look.
Name some kind of boats if people might be in the market.
Yeah, so for example, there's going to be a couple different pontoon boat brands. So we carry Sylvan and Barletta. We're really excited for the Barletta Sansa. It's going to be their intro to luxury. It's the first time they've ever been it's released this year in 2026. We're also going to be featuring Parker, which are fishing boats and sports cabins, and then Cobalt outboards. So we're really excited.
Do you get a lot of first-time boat buyers, or who typically comes to a show like this?
Honestly, it's going to be people that have been wanderlust dreaming about owning a boat. It's going to be first-time buyers trying to learn more and see what they like. Again, this is going to be the place in Buffalo to see the widest selection of boats, so you can really kind of test out what you like. And then also see experienced boater that has had a boat for a while, is kind of curious about what's new. And then, you know, we have those repeat people that come every year and just want to check out what's going on.
What are some trends that you think will make it to the water this year?
Honestly, we're bringing in a Cobalt R6 surf boat. So we're seeing a lot of our customers want to really play on the water. It's not just cruising. Even with pontoon boats now, right, they have really strong horsepower engines. So people they're tubing, they're water skiing, they're getting out on the water and doing a lot of activities. So that's definitely something that we're seeing. And again, people are looking at what's the right capacity for them. How many people do they want to fit? It is cold right now in Buffalo, and I know I want to be sitting out on our boat. I want to be just enjoying with my friends. That's what summer's about.
Yes, just listening to you talk about it does sound really nice right now. And yeah, you can get a taste of it. Again, this is at Salem Sports Park in Elma, just a huge indoor place with lots of turf and lots of places to run around and lots of boats next weekend.
Lots of boats, yep. So you can go to BuffaloNiagaraBoatShow.com. You'll see all of the dealers that are going to be there, our vendors, our sponsors, and get your tickets.
All right, wonderful. Sarah, thanks so much for being here from Colton RV and Marine. And before we go, the UB School of Dental Medicine hosted its 25th annual Give Kids a Smile. Faculty and dental students provided free x-rays, cleanings, fluoride treatments, and oral health education for preschool and elementary students. The event helps kick off National Children's Dental Health Month, focusing on prevention and teaching kids healthy habits.
So UB is one of the biggest Medicaid providers of dental care in the area. So it's really great for low income or families that aren't able to be insured to get dental care. A big part of this program is getting them back into treatment, having recall exams for those, and getting UB to be their dental home. So they know they always have a place to have an appointment here.
Since launching in 2003, the program has helped more than 9 million kids across the country, including thousands here in Western New York. And in Kenmore, one of Western New York's great educational traditions returned at Kenmore East High School for the 39th year. We are talking about the annual Jerry Starr Kenton Schools Sleep Out. Students, faculty members, and other members of the community spent the night outside collecting donations of money, clothes, food, and personal items to give to people in need throughout the Kenmore and Tonawanda communities. All donations collected go to the Kenton Closet and Kenton Family Support Center.
During the wintertime, they have extra problems that they got to deal with cold. So if they have to deal with cold, we wanted to try to not identify with them, but show people in the area the hazards that they have to go through and the dilemmas they have to deal with what we're dealing with now. And if we can make a small impact on their living and make them help a little bit of have a better life, that's what our purpose is, to show love to them and give from our hearts what we can give, both money and tangibles also.
This started back in 1988 and is organized by a group of retired Kenton teachers dedicated to inspiring students to help those in need. Also, the Buffalo City Ballet is honoring Black History Month along with National Ballet Day. Over the weekend, they kicked off their 54th season with Art in Motion. Their executive director says the show celebrates the art of dance and the creativity throughout the local community.
When you see, your own people doing, it inspires you to want to do it. I remember years ago, that's how I got into, to ballet, because I went to New York and I saw one of the first black guy that was dancing at American Ballet Theater, Keith Lee, and I go, wow, a black guy's, doing this, and so that inspired me to basically study classical ballet.
Now, this event leads up to their Black History program on February 21st and 22nd. And that'll do it for Most Buffalo today. We will see you back here on Thursday at 2:30 for another live show. And you can always watch Most Buffalo right here on WGRZ+. Download on your TV, watch for free. Thanks again for joining us, and have a great day.